I'm Rich.
I'm Othello.
I'm Aaron.
And
Let's start that over again.
No, that works. Let's keep that.
Why you gotta be hating on George Martin?
Because season 8 really sucked. And we need to talk about that tonight. Well, it's not really his fault.
Yeah.
What? You know what? Yes, it is.
No, well,
he is an executive producer on it.
Needs to finish writing the books. And if they would have based it off the book, I guarantee he would have written a better story than what...
Did they at least... I don't even think... Did they consult with him?
Yes.
They did?
He gave them a place where it needed to end. And they're like, hey, you got wide open to get there.
He told them how he's going to have all the characters end up. And they took it and ran with it. He kind of had like...
So they wrote the last episode off of his cliff notes.
You know, the last like 2 seasons.
See, there is the issue. George R.R. Martin wrote all of these like intertwining different stories, and then when they got out on their own, they're like, "What do we do with all these? Let's pretend that they didn't happen." Like that's exact. This last episode was like, you might as well have forgotten that there ever was plot development on Game of Thrones. You're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me right now. He's... God, I don't even want him near me. I can't, because I just want to launch that across the room as evidenced by the way we started. I just... You know what? Y'all can go ahead and talk about it. I told you earlier, I'm a fanboy, right? When you're a fanboy, you get into your fandoms and you just stick with them, good or bad. You try to see some good things in it, even The Last Jedi. Hey, you know, watching season 8, Rian Johnson ain't so bad.
Yes, he is.
No.
Okay, because he wrecked mine.
Yes,
no.
but Weiss and Benioff are coming to ours, because I'll claim some Star Wars too, and I can't get away from them. And so I would never say, I quit. I quit. I'm done. I'm Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire. That song is out of tune. I am done. Donezo. I had a friend, I don't know if you were here earlier, I was telling Rich, I had a friend who just started binge watching the show. And a couple weeks ago, he was on season 1. I asked him, I said, hey man, where are you at? And he goes, season 3. I said, stop. I'm not lying. He said, are you serious? I was like, it don't get no better. It's not going to get better.
Don't invest your time.
The ending is not worth it. If I had known 8 seasons ago how it was going to end, this whole last season, I just would have had a V8 smile and gone to sleep, and saved all of this time and done anything else with my life. Anything. If I had known how it was going to end, I would not have watched the show. That's how bent out of shape I am about these last couple seasons, especially season 8. So anyway, talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, I'm just going to go there real quick. How far did the petition go? Or how many people...
did it make it to 2 million? I think
it got close. I haven't checked recently. Maybe I'll get you an update.
I heard that they raised the number.
They raised it twice. Yeah, they hit 1 million, and they hit 1 million really fast. We're like, okay, well, 1.5. I mean, nothing's going to happen, right? It's
done.
It's a good way to let
budget that
them
they spent
know,
on
hey, we're fans. We want better content.
It's really... Those type of petitions are really the fanboy equivalent of screaming into a pillow. I mean, these guys aren't going to listen. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't care about you. And see, I got to pull it up now because they don't care about you. They don't care about your feelings and whether or not you're like, oh, they did a petition. Great. You know what? You go ahead and vent. You sign a little petition. But they don't care because they already got your money. And they're going to get it again.
That's true.
So...
You know what, though? Every once in a while, they do work. That's how we got Serenity.
Fair enough.
That's the only time I know that it really worked like that, but I mean...
There's nothing they can do with it, though.
They could say, that didn't happen.
No.
It was all a dream?
No. They could say, that was so bad, we're going to Richard Donner that, and, we put that, we're just going to redo it. And do it the way that it should have been done. You don't think people would go back and watch it?
No, because...
I guarantee if somebody did something that bold...
The only way they could say it is if Martin finished the books and they have something to actually base it off of. Mm-hmm. It's almost like he said, okay, well, here's my notes. And then let them film it as a test run and be like, ooh, people didn't like that. Okay, I'm going to change that. Okay, change that ending because they didn't like that, and you want that person to die. Okay. And then the book ending is going to be completely different. They'll be like, hey, it's a different ending than the show. Why don't you go ahead and buy the book? I don't have 30, 40 years to wait for him to finish this last book or two.
He doesn't have 30, 40 years.
Brother,
He's got like 5.
Borrowed time right
He's
there.
got like 5.
Yeah, his clock is ticking backwards. I'm just saying he's getting close to 0, but I've lost all desire to see it ended a different way. Like, even with the books, it takes him so long to put these books out. It was 6 years between, I want to say, books 6 and 7. 6 years. And to me, when he was doing all these other things, doing so much with the show, and I was just like, you have these fans, you have this dedicated fan base, but you won't dedicate the time to sit down and get these books knocked out. I know it takes a lot to write a book. I know that. But still, he could get those out at a faster clip. And he's just, I'm not saying he's being slow on purpose, but when he's been pushed about it and pressured about it, he reacts very poorly, maybe because he's tired of hearing it. But still, he reacts very poorly to fans when they mention like, hey, when's that next book coming out? Like, well, when it gets here. And if it doesn't get here, too bad. I mean, that's his general answer. I mean, he even has it in his will that if he dies before the books are completed, no one is allowed to take his notes and complete the series. Why do I care at that point? It's like, eh. And then I get this and this ending. So I was like, once they passed the books, I was like, all right, cool. I'll just ride with the show. They're doing great. Season 7 came, like, wow, that was rough. But okay, they're gonna wrap this up, and we're getting this 6 episode season 8, and they're gonna be movie length, and they're spending like 15 million episodes. This ought to be epic every single episode. Yeah, they were like epic dumps. It's just like,
Hey, get in here, look at this.
yeah, this is the last thing I'm saying. So I'm lactose intolerant, right? I had a chocolate milkshake earlier today. It was delicious, but it ain't gonna feel good later. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's how the show started. It was delicious and smooth and great in the beginning and cold on a hot day, but boy, don't nobody want to be around for the later seasons, if you understand what I'm trying to say. It's going to be a disaster. And so, yeah.
You're a wordsmith, my friend. You paint a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was imagining it in my brain as he told the story.
I'm trying to get people to understand, like, this is a colossal waste of time. Massive waste of time. So if you can talk about it amongst yourselves. I'm done talking about Game of Thrones. I am done forever.
No, you've hit it pretty well on that. You've hit it pretty well. There are people that really enjoyed it, but I think if you were on it for the story, then you were sorely disappointed.
Oh well, yeah, they filmed it pretty. Come on. Yeah, it had nice music, amazing cinematography. Whatever.
It should at 15 million an episode.
Right? Well, except for when the sun's not up and the Night King army is filmed in total blackness, but
right.
I'll just have my vodka and be quiet. That's not true, kids. My kids are watching. That's not. Daddy doesn't do that anymore. Not since he met your mom, because she won't let me. Anyway.
Yeah, let's move.
What are your final thoughts on Game of Thrones season 8?
Like I said, let's just pretend that there was no story development throughout all of the seasons. Let's just throw it out the window and get this thing over with, because they don't know what to do with it. That's what it felt like.
Let's reset everybody to season 1.
Okay, so outside looking in, for me, it's been fun listening
watching
to people.
Watching my pain?
Yeah.
Oh, just watching it crash and burn. No, seriously,
Wow.
listening to people come in, it's been fun, like, hearing the reactions. And nobody is happy here about it. I don't think anywhere. I know one person that likes it, but... You know,
I know one person that likes it too.
Anyway, because
I thought
we're not
about
going to hurt
bringing
any
him with
feelings.
me on the show so that we could just have his side
So
of
he
it.
could be drawn and quartered? Yeah, no.
I just wanted to hear his side of it, that's all.
Hearing the cast talk about it in interviews, oh my god, those are some of the funniest interviews that I've ever seen.
Because they're trying
Watching
to say so
Amelia
hard.
Clark walk away from the interviewer, laughing when they said, "Well, how do you feel about the last couple episodes?" She's like, and she just like
Mm-hmm.
giggles and turns and walked off camera. I'm like, oh my god, that is so awesome.
There's an awesome video circulating I just saw today of Jason Momoa reacting to the Sunday's episode where Daenerys, spoilers, too late, I don't care, show sucks. Here's a spoiler, don't watch it. Where Daenerys is killed and Drogon melts the throne and all of that. And like the look on his face, and he's like growling, he's like mad, he's like, he says a very harsh curse word I cannot repeat, and he is unhappy about the way it was just this perfect live stream moment of him live streaming himself and his reaction to watching it. I thought it was awesome. Like he just he hated it so much he couldn't hide it.
The upside is it launched his career early and he got out long before the ship started burning. So like, he launched off of it and left it alone, and it launched a lot of their careers. I don't think this will like be any detriment to the actors that. Because the actors did fine.
The actors said it was bad.
It was the story.
Lazy writing.
It was on Benioff and Weiss, who have been blessed with Star Wars and the next trilogy. Kathleen Kennedy and those in power over at Lucasfilm think that they are the greatest.
I think there's emergency meetings after seeing the.
I think they're like, so Ryan, what you doing next year? You want to get this movie done? Honestly,
I think they're having meetings. I think they're having.
It's they Last Jedi. This whole season, it was like one Last Jedi episode after another. This whole last season 8. Anyway, it's up to 1.48 million. So 1.4 million of 1.5.
Okay.
So they're almost there, but it's slowing down. It's not like I see somebody just signed it 8 minutes ago, but like last week it was every second somebody was signing this thing. Every second it was just it was like a stock ticker.
Well, at least you're seeing history. There will never be a more. I don't think there will ever be a more Titanic like crash of a epic show like this.
No, I didn't think anybody could outdo Lost, and they managed it. They managed it. Lost is a beautiful piece of art after what they did to this last season. I mean, it was just, and Lost crashed and burned for seasons before they ended that in a mercy.
Okay, so
killing.
was the ending for Lost? Did Lost fall apart worse than Battlestar Galactica did?
Yes.
You need to go revisit BSG.
BSG ended better than Game of Thrones. BSG's final season overall was better than Game of Thrones, and the way they
disappeared. You didn't know if she was even there for the whole thing. It was just not good.
Still
it had
better
like
than
episodes,
all.
like full episodes that were just bad. Then the next episode's like, okay, it's going. Every other episode's good, bad, good, bad. Oh wait, no, that was a couple bad ones in a row. Wow, that was 3 bad ones in a row. Good episode.
So there were good
20
episodes.
more bad episodes.
That just proves right there that I was right. That BSG's
but
final
see, you know,
season
I think if I went back and watched it,
had
maybe they
episodes
weren't
in it.
good. Maybe
So-
I was just graded on a scale.
It was a little
like,
bit.
it's a curve.
It was a little bit of a roller coaster. Whereas this one, like I said, this was an epic Titanic. Like, here comes the iceberg. We're not gonna move away from it. Let's just crash into it.
Let's speed up and just crash into it.
It would just started off. It started off pretty good. It's like the first episode was pretty good, and then you just saw it.
Well, people sounded optimistic for
I was
the first couple episodes.
I was
into
optimistic
it, like,
at
It
first.
didn't happen what I wanted, but next week's gonna be great.
I was optimistic at first.
I love the picture. You know, you have to put the picture up of the horse. Because, you know, I just from what everybody's coming in, like, I've showed that picture to so many customers.
And that is
like,
exactly...
This is exactly what the show was like.
I sent that to you, right? The horse, there was just like this beautifully drawn horse between seasons 1 through 3. 5 and 6 it started to get rough. And then 7 and 8 it looks like like a right-handed preschooler drawing with their left hand. How it kind of ended up. The horse. So yeah, they'll have to put that. We'll have to put that on the video so everybody can see it. Unfortunately, if you're listening to our podcast, you won't be able to see it.
So they come on over to YouTube and watch the show so that you can see it.
And then you'll know exactly what we're talking about. All right, speaking of... Well, God, I got to move on to something happy.
Yeah, we got to move on.
This is just depressing me. So let's talk
It's a little bit of anger. So it could be a little bit not carcinogenic, that's not the word.
Man.
Catharsis, that's what I'm like. This could be some good.
I can't think of anything. This is the worst ending to a relationship since my first wife. Anyway, moving on. Batwoman.
Okay, you know
Yeah,
what?
let's start with you.
Start with me. That's
Yeah,
fine.
let's start with you. How'd you feel about the old trailer?
I'm gonna say one of the funniest things that I saw this week was Jeremy over at Geeks and Gamers. Apparently, Jeremy was out cutting his grass, and his phone is just blowing up. His fans are saying,
Got to
do a live reaction to this." And so he stopped cutting his grass, went in and did it. And oh my God, he is worked up. I'll just leave it at that. Which they knew that he would. That's why they're like, "Oh, we got to see this cat's reaction to this." And you know, not that I'm trying to steer people to other channels, but go check it out. It is priceless. That's all I'm saying about it.
Why does this happen so often, though? Like, the DC universe on CW started off good, and then all of them are. I still stay invested in the Flash. I enjoy the Flash, but everything else is just.
It's only when I stuck with the two Flashes.
It's very. I don't want to say we're being part of outrage culture anytime something. A lot of people say, "Well, you're just part of outrage culture when any of these genre shows exhibit any progressivism." I'm like, no, that's not it. It's when it's so poorly done. Number one, number two, when it's so like blatantly obvious, and it's tokenized.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's a tokenized character, right? So to me, whenever I see a character that, if you give me a new Iron Man movie in a few years, and it's a black guy playing Tony Stark, I'm not going to be down for that. Oh, it's Black Iron Man. That's not the same. That's not the same. You should like him because he's black. He's special because he's black. Or he's special because he's Mexican or disabled or a lesbian or gay. If you're trying to say that somebody's sexual orientation or race or disability or whatever is the thing that makes them special, then to me that's even more racist than putting on a hood and a bedsheet and burning sticks in somebody's yard. That is just really, that is the left's like most racist thing to me. On people on the far left, really progressives, that is like the most racist thing to me, other than just being on the far right, being like a neo-Nazi. Because it's like they think they're helping or we're an ally, but you're creating these tokenized characters that don't mean anything. Like if you want to see Batwoman really good, watch Batman Bad Blood, the animated movie.
Yes.
That's a great Batwoman. Why? Because Batwoman just comes on. She's a great fighter. She's a great crime fighter. She's good at her job. And, oh yeah, she just happens to like girls. Nobody cares. Because that's not who she is. But when you have characters like this and you make it that this is what defines that character, being black defines that character, being Mexican defines that character, being lesbian defines that character. You've created a tokenized character, and now you're more racist than the racists and fascists that you're trying to fight against.
Yeah.
So that's my only thing with it is I just see blatant racism whenever something like that happens, and it just annoys me.
The issue that I have with it, you know, and it's even, I guess, more surface level than that. For me, if you take a white character, a white dude, what do you think? And we're gonna change this to a Latino character, and okay, you have now just changed the whole backstory of this character, the experiences that they would have had. It was happening in the '90s too, where they would take an established white character. Hey, we're gonna make him a black guy. We're gonna tokenize this. Okay. Somebody in the '90s, you're still gonna have a lot of story, a lot of his backstory is gonna be shaped by decades before that, and the way that he was raised. It's gonna be a different story than what a white dude that grew up, either rich or middle class, whatever. You change somebody's race, you're changing everything that goes with it. Be good writers. Just create new characters. Not all the great ideas are taken. You can still write compelling stuff for anything. Your imagination. Let it start working. Start doing Start doing some lifting, some heavy lifting. Right. Pick up the pen. Start thinking.
People were like, hey, you'll never do another Star Trek and you'll never do another Star Wars. And so Glenn Larson was like, never do another Star Wars. Hey, how about Battlestar Galactica? That worked. Not as successful, but it still worked. So they said, hey, you'll never do this. And then Joss Whedon was like, cowboys in space. Hey, let's do this. And Firefly has created this huge, universe that people really love and really interested in and are still clamoring for more. If Netflix or Amazon wanted a surefire hit on their hands, call up Joss Whedon like, hey, go get your brother Jed and let's do some more Firefly. Let's do Firefly The Next Generation or something and we can do it.
I don't think it even needs to be the same cast, just as long as it's in that universe.
No, they could do it years later and say it's Wash and Zoe's daughter.
Yep.
And if anybody wants to come back as their older versions of their character, fine. And then, move on. They could easily do Firefly The Next Generation.
They could
and
do
it could be
animated. There's so many things that they could do.
And they could get everybody for animated. Nathan Fillion loves to do voice work. They could set it
before everybody started dying. Set it before Serenity. Those couple of years between the end of...
Because they had plenty of adventures before. There's a lot of richness to that universe. There's a lot of good original ideas out there that I think a lot of companies aren't giving attention to. Now, I have to give Netflix props for buying Miller World.
I was going to say they are.
Because one of the ones we're getting next year, one of the series I'm really looking forward to is called Jupiter's Children or Jupiter's Legacy. And Jupiter's Legacy is going to be really good. If they can nail the effects and really get the acting down, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be about this group of people who went on a voyage who get superpowers basically to this mysterious island. They all get special powers. And then it kind of unleashes something on the world. Well, it unleashes something in the world, and now there's like a whole, just a whole population of people with abilities, right? And you get your typical superheroes and your villains, but it's about the infighting inside of that. It's almost like I don't even want to say Game of Thrones. But, it's all like a good political drama, but involving superheroes. And about all the moves behind the scenes and everything else, and about a coup of one group of heroes trying to kill the main hero to take over his leadership ability of everybody and kind of rule the world. And it's just kind of like, it's a really great set of graphic novels. It's a really great book, and it should film very well. And we still have good stuff like Umbrella Academy that I can't wait for season 2. I think a lot of the Miller World stuff is going to be really good. That there's some more stuff out there than what we're getting now. That, you don't have to give me Batwoman. And why? I know it's a political thing, but why Batwoman? Really? Give me all the other characters in DC's pantheon that have been there all these years. Batwoman being a recent character. All these other characters that have been doing their duty all these years, and you couldn't give me anybody else for a show. That, like, what makes this character so special that you have to give this character a show now?
I still want a Static Shock instead of Black Lightning.
Well, apparently they're going to be adding Static to Black Lightning at some point.
No, I'd rather no Black Lightning.
Which I don't understand, because now you're going to have Black Lightning, his daughter Lightning, and then Static Shock. It's like, that's a lot of light effects. It's already a dark show. Well, see, that would seem like it's a racist joke, and it's not. But it's already filmed dark for the effects.
Right.
And so that all... I don't know. I would like to see Black Lightning get better. But it's just not...
Yeah, I checked out on it, because
I checked out early on it.
I just caught up on, like, the last few episodes of it, and I kept going to sleep. Which really hurts my feelings.
That's
I
not
really
a good
kept
sign.
going to sleep, and I'm like, I gotta finish it. But
that could also be your age, though.
That's possible. That's possible. I'm a grandfather. What do you want? So yeah, I'm a grandfather. So maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what
Grandpa's falling asleep to his shows.
Yeah, Pop's just sitting on the couch. Just look at Grampy. There he is, snoring in bed. There he goes. But yeah, I have a problem with tokenized characters, and every time I see one, I just get annoyed. That's just me. I like the way Marvel did it with Falcon, right? Steve handing him the shield, like, you know what? I'm old now. You take over.
And see, and that didn't feel tokenized. I mean, because it's a tribute to what happened in the comic books, and it didn't feel tokenized in the comics either. I mean,
and it was
felt
a great
like a
way
natural
to kind of
progression.
write that character away, and it still leaves the door open for them to write something special, have Chris Evans come back if he ever wants to.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of works, and I dig it. But if they have, oh look, here's this new guy, and it's Black Thor, like what? Look, oh no, it's a gamma radiated sombrero. It's Mexican Hulk. I'm checking out for that.
No, they might bring Jane Foster Thor though.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get that. I wouldn't be surprised if that is kind of the carrot that they dangled in front of Natalie Portman to get her to come back. Because from what I understood, she was like, no,
that was her.
Okay. That was new. And so what I understood is she was just kind of like, I'm not coming back. And they were like, So I wouldn't be surprised if they ever said that. That wouldn't surprise me one bit if we get Jane Foster Thor at some point.
Fandom, they just don't care about one.
I know, and that's what it is.
We're just teaching a lesson today, kids.
Yeah, don't go old, because the people that come behind you, they don't care about you. They don't love you. They don't want you. They don't like your money. They don't like our money. So we'll just sit here on our little YouTube show and our podcast at whatever podcast you like / Fandom-United. So Spotify, Anchor, we're on all of them. Look us up. And that's all we have for you this week. So we'll be back next week with better news. And hey, between Game of Thrones and Jelly, guess who delivers this week? We'll see you next week. F you guys. Take it easy.